The movie begins with a dazzling, shiny diamond, an extraordinary gem named the Napoleon diamond. It's one of the 3 most famous diamonds in the world. Because of its immense value, it is being packed with extremely high-tech security. The responsibility of transporting it from one place to another has been given to FBI agent Stanley. For those who don't know, the FBI is America's top intelligence agency. So Stanley and his team are in charge of safely delivering this diamond to its destination. Meanwhile, a basketball match is going on. In the noisy crowd, 2 FBI agents are keeping close watch on a man and constantly reporting his movements to Stanley. Stanley himself appears very nervous. But why? The reason is Max. Max is one of the most notorious thieves in the world, someone no one has ever been able to truly capture. Even if he has been caught, no prison has ever managed to hold him for long. If Max decides to steal something, he will steal it, no matter what. Stanley has crossed paths with Max before, so he knows exactly how precise and flawless Max's operations can be. That's why the man at the basketball court is under surveillance, because that man is none other than Max himself. As Stanley and his team drive the diamond transport vehicle, they stop at a red light. A man disguised as a window cleaner approaches. Taking advantage of the moment, he uses a device hidden on his wiper to scan the car's security system and transmit the data to Max, so Max can hack the car and take control. Back at the basketball court, a commotion breaks out. Using the chaos as cover, Max slips away. But on the giant screen above the court, Max still appears, so the 2 agents watching him calm down, thinking Max hasn't moved at all. In reality, Max had hacked the camera feed and was replaying old footage. Stanley reaches the destination, and after everyone except him steps out of the vehicle, the doors suddenly lock. No one can open them. Max has already reached a rooftop nearby and hacked the vehicle, taking full control of it. The high-tech car starts driving on its own, crashing through the vehicles in front and behind it. From the rooftop, Max controls it completely. Stanley panics and desperately tries to regain control, even attempting to break the windshield to escape, but nothing works. 2 cars appear from both sides and ram Stanley's vehicle, pushing it into an empty tunnel-like space. The impact spins the vehicle, leaving it facing an abandoned warehouse. Then, a massive truck accelerates towards Stanley's car, but instead of hitting it, it stops right beside it and gently pushes the vehicle inside the warehouse. The doors close. Everything is going exactly according to Max's plan. We then see Max meeting the man who pretended to clean the car at the traffic signal. The man removes his fake hair, beard, and clothes, revealing that he wasn't a man at all. It was Max's girlfriend, Lola. The 2 of them head towards Stanley's car. They shine a blinding light into Stanley's eyes and blast loud music inside the vehicle, ensuring he can't see them. They open the engine compartment and pump in a liquid through a pipe, knocking Stanley unconscious. But before losing consciousness, Stanley manages to fire his gun and shoot Max. A while later, Stanley's team finds him unconscious inside the vehicle, but the diamond is gone. Max has stolen it. The scene shifts to a beautiful island, Paradise Island. Max and Lola are enjoying their luxurious life there, spending the money they've earned from years of theft. One day, someone breaks into their house, going through everything. When Max returns, he immediately realizes someone is inside. He grabs a hidden gun from near the water and enters, only to find Stanley relaxing on his sofa, sipping a drink. When Max points his gun at Stanley, Stanley draws his own. Stanley shows Max a magazine describing an upcoming exhibition on a ship called the 7 Seas, a carrier of many priceless diamonds. It will remain near Paradise Island for a full week. Among the diamonds being displayed is the legendary diamond of King Napoleon III. Stanley is clearly trying to provoke Max into stealing it, so he can finally catch him, especially since Stanley never got the chance to see Max steal the last diamond, nor catch him in the act. But Max doesn't fall for it. He says he has no interest in diamonds, and tells Stanley to leave. As Max and Lola look around the messy house, they notice a camera, but the camera is empty. What was supposed to be inside it? The last time they stole a diamond, Stanley had shot Max, and Lola had hidden that bullet inside this camera. That bullet could prove Max stole the diamond. Now that it's missing, both of them panic. Lola promises to retrieve the bullet no matter what. To help her, Max gets Stanley moved from his cheap hotel room into the luxurious bridge suite, and even sends 2 massage girls to distract him, giving Lola the chance to recover the bullet. Next, we meet police officer Sophie, who is searching for a local Bahamian gangster in the same hotel where Max and Lola are having dinner. Stanley has also followed them there. Using a clever trick, Max gets Sophie to arrest Stanley for possessing a gun, illegal in the Bahamas. But unexpectedly, Sophie teams up with Stanley to catch Max instead. The next morning, Max visits the ship and is mesmerized when he sees Napoleon's diamond. Stanley arrives and tries to provoke him again, but Max stays calm, agrees with everything Stanley says, and walks away. Just as Max leaves, Lola arrives at the exhibition. When Max exits the ship, a man appears with a gun and forces him to meet Muir. Muir orders Max to steal Napoleon's diamond. Max tries to avoid it, insisting he is not a thief and can't steal any diamond. But Muir tempts him with a massive offer. If Max can steal it, he'll never have to worry about money again. Max finally gives in. That night, Max calls Stanley. He reveals his entire plan, every detail, even the exact time of the theft, and gives Stanley an open challenge. Catch me if you can. But suddenly he adds, I've told you my whole plan, but I don't think I'll be stealing it anymore. Stanley is stunned. Why reveal the plan and then say he won't do it? Will Max actually steal it? The next day, Stanley invites Max to go fishing with him. Someone secretly takes photos of them on the boat. While there, Stanley applies sunscreen to Max's back, but secretly places a tracking device on him. After returning, Stanley starts listening in on Max and Lola's conversations through the device. But Max isn't the world's best thief for nothing. He had already removed the device. He and Lola deliberately feed Stanley exactly the information he wants to hear. And in the end, Max delivers one final message through the bug. No matter what you do, Stanley, you're already caught. Your device also gets detected, and Lola immediately smashes that tracking device. In the next scene, we see someone knock out a Seven's ship employee, take his disguise, and enter the ship's security room. He copies the entire structural map of the ship, showing every internal pathway and layout. Sophie and Stanley realize that someone has infiltrated the ship, and along with all the ship's officers, they begin searching for this intruder. But they fail to catch him. He escapes. All the police cars and bikes on the island chase after him, but even they can't capture him. All they manage to find are the clothes and mask he left behind. Hearing about all this, Lola returns home and questions Max. Was that you? Max replies, I didn't go anywhere. I was home all day. The next morning, Max goes to Muir. There he hands over the full map of what is and isn't inside the ship. From this, it becomes clear that the man who entered the ship was actually Max himself, no one else. Max doesn't trust even his own girlfriend, which is why he lied to her saying he was home all day. On his way back, Max realizes Stanley is following him. To shake him off, Max enters a fair. He tells one of the musicians there to help delay Stanley. When Stanley follows Max into the fair, the group of musicians hold him back. Max escapes. Meanwhile, Lola finds Max's diary and realizes he has been lying to her too. Furious, she kicks Max out of the house and goes straight to Stanley. The next morning, Sophie arrives at Stanley's room, along with Inspector Bethel of the island, and 2 FBI agents from Los Angeles, whom Bethel had called to find out whether the FBI was running any operation on Paradise Island. The agents say they came because they never sent anyone here for any mission. During the conversation, it comes out that Stanley has been suspended for the past 3 months. Seeing Stanley and Max sleeping in the same room, the FBI agents start teasing them, joking that maybe they're dating. They even show a photo of Max and Stanley together on the boat that day, a picture that the FBI agents' own people had taken. After learning all this, Sophie assumes Stanley and Max are involved together in this mess, and she leaves. Max and Stanley try to convince Sophie and Lola, but they refuse to believe anything. They say they won't trust a single word Max or Stanley says until the ship leaves the island. Max says, I've arranged scuba diving for the 4 of us tonight. Scuba diving means going deep underwater with special equipment. He says they will dive into the sea to search for treasure from a shipwrecked vessel. By the time they return to land, the Seven's ship will have already reached Paris. Everyone agrees, and they dive into the sea. For the treasure hunt, Max tells everyone to split up and search separately. Taking advantage of this moment, Max cleverly swaps places with another person he had arranged beforehand. That person pretends to search for gold with the other 3, while Max heads straight toward the ship, where Napoleon's diamond is kept. We then see someone entering the ship through an air conditioning pipe. He cuts the red wire among all the cables to shut off the CCTV feed and slips into storage room 2A. Everything goes exactly according to Max's plan. The man in the storage room prepares for the next stage of the theft, but the security officers notice the CCTV feed has been tampered with, rush to the room, and catch him. It turns out he is Muir, S-Man, which means Max was never helping Muir at all. He tricked him with a fake deal. With all the security guards rushing to storage room 2A, Max uses the distraction to reach the diamond. He arrives right above the secured chamber, where the diamond is kept. Putting on special goggles to see the laser beams, he carefully avoids them. Then he places a small device on the glass case, melts a tiny section using chemicals, and uses a tool to extract the diamond. But security sees the diamond being stolen on the CCTV and rushes toward him, firing non-stop. Meanwhile, Lola has figured out that the person with them underwater isn't Max. As Stanley keeps calling Max to return, Max can't respond because he's busy trying to escape the security guards. Lola cleverly creates a distraction to manage the situation with Stanley. Max narrowly avoids getting shot and hides inside a restroom. Then he slips out, pushes through the crowd, and dives back into the sea. Meanwhile, the man posing as Max tries to flee from Stanley, who is chasing him. Just as Stanley is about to catch him, Lola disconnects Stanley's oxygen pipe. Stanley starts struggling for air. Then she pretends to save him by giving him her oxygen supply. After everyone returns to land, they hear the news of the diamond theft. Stanley realizes this whole plan was Max's doing. Frustrated at being fooled yet again, Stanley storms off. Lola goes home to leave Max for good. As she packs her things, Muir arrives and points a gun at her head, blackmailing Max to hand over the diamond. A fight breaks out. Just as Muir is about to shoot Max, Sophie and Stanley rush in and shoot Muir dead. In front of the police, Max puts the entire blame for the theft on Muir and saves himself. Although Lola leaves Max, the next morning Max finds her again. That same day, Stanley gives Max his favorite drink, Remora. Max passes out immediately, and Stanley steals the diamond from him. Overjoyed at finally defeating Max, Stanley almost bursts with happiness. The next day, planning to sell the diamond, Stanley heads to the airport. But when he arrives, he suddenly discovers he can't open the car door. The car begins to drive on its own. Stanley realizes what's happening and starts shouting curses at Max. Max watches Stanley struggle through his phone and laughs. He promises Lola that this was his last theft. And so, Stanley once again fails to catch Max. Because Max is the smartest thief in the world. The movie ends here. This channel has never covered a heist movie before, so do comment and tell us how you liked it. And let us know if you want more heist movies like this.